Creating a clustered bar chart is going to be very similar to creating a regular bar chart. The difference is that under each kind of heading, there's going to be multiple bars. So here's some example data. It's from one of the papers that you read for this module. And we can see that, we've got year in nursing school, and then we've got, kind of where they want to go. And so we can either say, we can divide by entry year and have a bar for each of these locations, or we can divide by location and have a bar for each of the years. So you'll see kind of what that looks like in a second. But to create a clustered bar chart, all you need to do is select your data. Again, we're going to go up here to Insert, and we're going to come over here to this Chart section. And we actually don't have to do anything special to request a clustered bar chart. It will do the clustering for us. And so we're either going to do a 2D column if we want vertical bars, or a 2D bar if we want horizontal bars. So I'll do vertical bars this time. And what you can see here is how the clustering has happened. So, here's pediatrics, and we can see, entry year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, each have a bar under that. So we are going to tidy this up a little bit. Try to find these little bars here. Come on now. So we want to get rid of these bars again. So select them so they've got the little dots. And I'm just going to hit delete on my keyboard to tidy that up. And, we want to have slightly more descriptive title than chart title. I'm going to go nurse preference by year in school. Feel free to come up with a more descriptive one than that. But something that you might want to do with these clustered bar charts is sometimes you might want to have data labels. And that's where you actually label, what is this exact value? What is this exact value? And so if we go to this right here, this chart design. So if, your chart is selected, it should probably automatically bring you there. But if you had done something else and then gone back to your chart, you can just kind of go find that chart design tab. No, I do not want to format the chart area. Thank you. But we're going to come over here to add chart element. And here's where we can actually add a number of different things. So like if we wanted that data table underneath our visualization, we could do that. If we didn't have a title, we could add a title. If we wanted to change our axes titles, tick marks, etc. But what we're going to go to is data labels. And specifically data labels, and we want them on the outside end. So these are just like locations for where the data label is going to be. And so you can see here that, each of these bars is now labeled with the actual value, but it's a little bit busy, right? That sometimes, when you're adding data labels, you are doing it with the intention of creating more clarity for the viewer. But here it kind of muddles your view of this chart. So you can either go through and manually kind of delete the ones that you don't want. So notice, if I click a single time on any of the data labels, actually, it'll highlight all of them for that series. So here I clicked on one of the ones for entry year, and it highlighted all of the ones for entry year. So if I decided I didn't want to label entry year, I could just, delete it. So all I did is I hit delete on my keyboard and they go away. So I can undo that. Or if I decided that, I don't want just this single data label right here, what I did is I clicked on it twice, and I can again hit delete on my keyboard and it will go away. The other thing that you can do is, this is kind of why I have this second table over here. So I'm going to scoot this down a little bit. Like, let's say I only wanted the lowest value for each year to be shown as my data label. Then what I did is I copy and pasted this table and I deleted everything except for the lowest value. I can actually specify that the data labels use these values, so either an empty value or this actual value, rather than here or manually going through and deleting all the ones that I don't want. So the way that I'm going to go about this is select one of my data series, so entry year, go back to add chart element, go back to data labels, this time more data label options. And what we can do is we can check this box value from cells, and it's going to pop up this box that says, hey, select your data label range. And what I'm going to do is select through here. Okay. And then we want to uncheck value. And what you can see, if I scoot this up a little bit, is, I just want you to move it, please. Thank you. Is that now the only data label that is on the entry here is that one from this table right here. And so if we were to continue to do that, if you don't close this out, it just kind of stays up, which is nice. Select for year one. Okay. Unclick value. Then, we can have all of our data labels kind of the way that we would like them to be. A little bit more clear. It makes the table a little bit less busy. And let's see here. Entry, year one, year two, year three. No, that's year four. But, your preferences are kind of whatever you would like to do. If you would like to individually delete all of them, then that is absolutely an option that you can do. So here's kind of what it looks like now with just these selected data labels. And again, I could have manually gone in and deleted each of them. I just chose not to. But that's also how you can create labels from cells. So like if I wanted them to say words, you could also do that. So since I've selected range, I could also, say, look here, and that would pop up right here. I could say, hey, look here. So you can have words in there, you can have numbers in there. Data labels are a useful way to call out some of your data, and they do work on any of the charts.